Yo, what's up, y'all? Hope y'all are good. Today, let's talk about two businesses that I've had that I nearly quit. And those businesses ended up changing my life forever. But I nearly quit both of them. Now, you're listening to this and you might not have a business. I still think this is going to be a really important episode for you. And if you have a business, I want you to listen up because I think this will be really timely. So, as always, thank you guys for rocking with me. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't already liked the channel or subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so you can be notified whenever I drop videos. I usually drop them weekly, all right? So, well, it's a beautiful day out here. And, I'm going to show you this, right? Because I could never have guessed, I could have never predicted that this would be my reality, right? Where I would be able to be on my bedroom patio looking at that. And whether you guys see me doing Blue Ridges, you guys see me doing videos at my Georgia home or here or our Skyview location, I can tell you right now, what I'm going to talk about in today's video is so important because none of those things would have happened had I done the thing that I wanted to do, which is quit. Okay, so I've been a physical therapist since December 26th of 2000. That was my first day on my first job as an outpatient therapist. I became a business owner in 2005. From 2005 to about 2011, I was trading time for money. I was seeing lots of patients. By 2011, probably had about 14, 15 staff between the two clinics. I was seeing probably about 50 to 75 patients a week. Yes, I was seeing that many patients a week, okay? And I was exhausted and I was burned out. And I actually started having a lot of health problems, started having autoimmune problems, all these types of things. And I wanted to quit. And I tried to find other businesses that would allow me to quit. Basically, businesses that would buy out my business so that I could quit and I could get, my health right, that I could move on to something else that wasn't going to be as hard as what it was for me to run those clinics and see the amount of patients that I was seeing. And by the way, I would have quit. I really would have if I would have gotten the right offer. Unfortunately, I didn't. I didn't get the offer that I wanted. And it wasn't a money thing, okay? It was well over 7 figures for the offers that were being entertained to us. The issue is that they wanted the asset, which was me, to stay on and continue to treat for 2 to 3 years in the contract. So it didn't make sense because I knew that was the thing that was killing me, so I couldn't continue to do that no matter how much money they gave me. So I didn't quit. But you know what I did? I ended up breaking the business. And even if you don't have a business, you can break the way that you're doing things and just do it in a different way. I mean, that's really what I teach. All of my consulting, all of my programs is for those people that already have intentions that I'm going to break what it is that I'm doing because the way that I'm doing is not something I want to do long term. Okay? And I'm telling you that because it wasn't until I did that and I broke the business and I said, you know what? Maybe I don't have to treat 50 hours a week. Maybe I don't have to see 75 patients a week. Maybe I don't have to do it in the way that I was told to do it when I came out of physical therapy school. Maybe I don't have to do it in the way that my professors have told me I need to do it. Maybe I can do it in a different way. Maybe I can get a new set of skills. Maybe I can learn billing. Maybe I can learn collections. Maybe I can learn marketing and not have to pay someone. Because at the end of the day, I realized something. I was paying the billing person. I was paying the marketing person. I was paying all those people. And how was I paying them? I was paying them through me having to see more patients. So what if I didn't have to pay those people? What if I learned those skills? And I did. And that ended up allowing me to be, at least at that time, y'all, I'm a little old, but that allowed me to be the purple unicorn in the physical therapy world. And that I was the physical therapist that understood billing. I was a physical therapist that understood collections. I was a physical therapist that understood how to do direct response marketing, how to do paid traffic marketing, and how to go online and all those other things. And these are all things that happen because I made a decision to break the business. Without breaking the business, I ain't here. Got it? Okay. After breaking the business in 2011, 2012, $1 million. 2013, $1 million. 2014, million. 2015, million. I'm talking not just a million, like 1.3, 1.5, 1.7, 1.9, okay? Like we did that year after year after year after year with me working less and less and less and less. Break the business. Break the model. Break the way that you were doing it, present day. Now, let me tell you something. Even though I preach online, I started helping people and I started serving people in an online fashion. And when I was serving people in an online fashion, it got to the point that I was serving them. I was serving so many people, but I was still doing like certain things that I was capping out. Trust me, you can get burned out online too, okay? And I happened to start to get burned out online. I started online in 2016 with SSPT and now Smart Success Healthcare. And around 2019, I started feeling it. 2020, I was like, I cannot continue at this rate anymore. And guess what? I consider quitting as well. I consider quitting. I was going to walk away from everything. And even when I came back, there wasn't as much of a demand for my services as what it was before I took that 3-month sabbatical during the COVID time, okay? And so I'm saying that because I nearly quit. But you know what I realized? I was like, no. Let's reframe this. What if I now have the opportunity to do everything that I would have done had I started over back from when I started in 2015, 16. And so that's what I did. I made a decision not to quit. And I made a decision to just break it and then reset it. You know, come on, we're in healthcare, right? Like, just think about when somebody breaks their bone, right? Somebody breaks their tibia, they break their fibula. The doctor doesn't just put a cast on it. The first thing the doctor has to do is the doctor has to usually break it a little bit more and then reset it. Reset it so it's aligned. Now let's make it heal, correct? Okay, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, right? So that's what I did. And by the way, man, I like one of the best things, especially like on a Saturday, is when you see people out here and they're on their boats and they're doing the whole wakeboarding thing and whatnot. Anyways, okay, so back to what I was saying. I broke it. And by the way, even before that, I already had bought this house. But you know what? I had bought this house from 2018. Like I didn't get to experience this on a random weekday. I was working all the time. I was always on the phone, always talking to clients, always doing this. But I had an opportunity to break it so that now, hey, on a random Tuesday or Wednesday when you're watching this video or Thursday, I can just be here and I'm chilling. I still work. I just have better boundaries in play. Break the business, not necessarily quit. Now, let me tell you why that's so important. It's so important because today I still get paid from Renewal Rehab. Not like what I used to get paid, but I still get paid. You want to know why? Because the brand was never tarnished. Because I never quit on those people. Now, do I treat anymore? No, I don't treat. Okay, but I never quit on those people. And that only happened because I decided to break the business, not quit on the business. Today, I'm able to do what I'm doing right now because I never quit on SSPT or SSHC. I didn't quit on it. I broke it though. And I'm breaking it again this year. And I'll continue to break it year after year after year after year. Because guess what? We're allowed to do that. And you don't have to be a business owner to do that. You can just be a therapist. You can be an RD. You can be an OT. But you can break the model of how you're serving people. You can break the business if you are a business owner. And even for those of you that are not business owners, I would advise you to look at yourself as a business. You are the business. Now, your main client might be an employer, but that's your client. But at the end of the day, you can change the way that you're doing things. If that client doesn't want you to do it in that way, then get another client. Okay? I hope this helps you. I hope this serves you guys. Okay? Now, I'm not saying for you to not quit anything. There are certain things that I quit, but I can tell you that a lot of times the answer is not quitting. The answer is breaking. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, subscribe to the channel, like the video if you can, if you found it valuable. If you didn't, don't like it. And I'll see you on the next one. Let's get it.